New world, new dangers. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Isekai anime.
Notice the tracks and answer my request right away! Silence!
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at the best examples of the anime subgenre that involves an average Joe being transported into a vast fantasy world.
I get it. I was reborn into this world for this, to meet these magnificent robots!
Get ready for some fish out of water stories where there's just as many laughs as there are deaths. Keep in mind, we won't be including any reverse isekai anime, so sorry to say, but you won't be seeing Recreators or The Devil is a Part-Timer on here. Number 10, Gate. Have you ever wondered what would happen if a modern military took on the might of an empire made of dragons, elves, and magic? Well, wonder no longer. After the titular gate opens and invaders attack Tokyo, Japan sends in its task force in order to retaliate and occupy the foreign territory. If you like your character smart, precise, and open to employing a little thing called strategy, then this one's for you. Don't get us wrong, you'll still get to see a dragon taken out by a rocket launcher, but the sensibleness that comes from the soldiers is still a breath of fresh air. Number 9, Sword Art Online. Yes, everyone has their opinion about this anime. What can't be denied, however, is that its polarizing status has also made it one of the most popular isekai series out there.
Oh, come on, seriously? You can't feel any pain.
Oh yeah, you're right.
After finding themselves trapped inside a virtual reality video game, future lovebirds Kirito and Asuna must band together to dungeon crawl their way to freedom, all the while taking down other players, monsters, and each other between the sheets.
Don't look. Not yet, anyway.
Reveling in the OP-ness of its characters and some admittedly sweet fight scenes, you do well to check out this series for yourself before deciding whether its infamy is warranted or not. Number 8, Digimon Adventure. Each iteration of this beloved franchise gives us a new band of Digidestined, along with their digital partners, but to our mind, there's no beating the original group of kids who first stepped foot on the shores of the digital world.
I'm your friend, I'm your friend! Just what are you? Have you had your rabies shots?
With the power of friendship and some badass digivolutions, Tai and company have to battle against the forces of darkness in order to protect both their homes from facing deletion.
I'll stop you!
The action scenes are awesome, the dynamic between the kids is engrossing, and there's a surprising amount of heart at its core.
We did it, Ty! We did it! Yay!
Wasn't that cool, man? Great job, Tsunomon.
Number 7, The Saga of Tanya the Evil. A Japanese salaryman gets reincarnated as a 9-year-old girl and forced to fight in a magical war on behalf of pseudo-Germany, because they pissed off God.
Try to survive as long as you can in your new world. If you die again, there will be no further reincarnations for you.
Welcome to Tanya's world. The crazy premise doesn't even begin to quantify just how ridiculous this series is, thankfully for all the right reasons. With a trigger finger that can drop enemy soldiers like flies and the scariest smile ever put to animation, Tanya's new life as a squadron commander is a bombastic ride from beginning to end. We honestly can't wait to see where the war takes her next.
I don't need ammo.
Number 6, Log Horizon. Another day, another anime about a guild of players trapped inside a video game. It may be a familiar premise, but trust us when we say this one perfects the basics to the point where even the traditional storyline is given new life.
This is our new reality.
Yeah, well, reality is kinda sucky.
With a delightful cast, including Master Enchanter Shiro at the helm, this series gives you everything you could possibly want from a classic fantasy tale, if the protagonists just happen to be veteran MMORPG players.
Thornbind hostage. Ah! Hey, what the hell, man?
As such, expect to see plenty of upper tier spells lighting up the screen. Number 5, Drifters. From the beautifully batshit insane mind that brought us Hellsing, this unorthodox gorefest sees prominent historical figures brought together by an omnipotent being in order to fight against some of time's deadliest villains. One moment you'll see famed swordsman Toyohisa Shimazu slicing through guards to protect a group of elves, and the next you'll have Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid gunning down orcs while escaping from a burning city. Oh, and their main foe is someone who could potentially be Jesus Christ. You have to experience this incredible insanity for yourself.
人を救おうとした。だが拒絶された。ならば人ならざる者を救い、人を滅ぼすしかない。
Number 4, no game, no life. Unable to be apart for a single moment without breaking down, spending every hour of every day owning people at video games, siblings Sora and Shiro really didn't have that many career prospects going their way. That is, until they find themselves transported into a fantasy world where gaming literally decides everything. With their unparalleled skills, the two soon find themselves leading the remnants of humanity to reclaiming its former glory as its new monarchs. Guess NEETs really do have it in them to change the world. Number 3, Overlord. Make no mistake, this isn't exactly the story of a hero. This is the rise of one of the most powerful villains in all of creation. After finding himself trapped inside his in-game avatar, player turned unbeatable undead, Ainz Orgone decides to employ his overwhelming power in the best way possible. Rule over everything and anything. Watching him employ his unbeatable power and a host of dynamic monster guardians, Ainz's conquest is beyond the pale of entertaining. He may be far from hateable, but the ruler of Nazarick would rather see humanity bend the knee to his will than protect the innocent, or so he likes to let on. Number 2, Konosuba. The world is vibrant, the lore is entrancing, it looks like it would be an adventurous paradise. At least it would, just so long as you don't end up joining this particular party. After suffering a less than dignified death, resident lovable douche Kazuma finds himself being transported to an RPG world, where he soon finds himself embroiled with 3 ladies who are more hindering than helpful. A goddess who is utterly useless, a knight with an extreme masochistic edge, a mage who only knows how to make things blow up. Needless to say, this is the antithesis of your average fantasy anime, and it's bloody hilarious. Number 1, ReZero, starting life in another world. Death may not be the end of everything, but that doesn't make it any less unpleasant. Stranded in a world with danger literally around every turn, our unfortunate hero Subaru finds himself intrinsically intertwined with the fate of the land and its inhabitants. Just one little problem. Every time he dies, he is brought back in time right to the moment where he first arrived. Spoilers, he dies a lot. While the medley of gruesome deaths aren't exactly pleasant to witness, seeing Subaru overcome his suffering in order to save his new friends still makes for one hell of a watch. Plus, this show has Rem. What more do you need?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.